What's up, YouTube? This is me, Don Waverly Chew, aka David Chew, aka Fanatical for Jesus, coming to you real quick. I want to talk about a topic that's really I'm gonna be really transparent with y'all in this video. So like as you can tell by the title of the video, it's titled "My Biggest Fears of Living with Schizoaffective Disorder." So I'm gonna get my top 10 biggest fears with living with schizoaffective disorder. Alright, so let's just get right on it now. The number one fear I have is having an episode in public. Like, I'm so nervous. I'm so scared about having an episode in public. Like, I've had episodes in public before, and like I don't like. Especially if it's a public place that I go to frequently, I'm afraid that if I have a episode in a public place that I go to frequently, I'm afraid of like what's gonna happen when I have to face them later. Like for instance, like I frequently go to this store called Stop and Go, and that's where I get my cigarettes, my soda, whatever. I go to the store called Stop and Go, and I'm afraid that if I have a psychotic episode in Stop and Go, what's going to happen in the aftermath once the episode is over with, and I have to go back to that store and face those same people that just saw me having a psychotic episode. Like just thinking about that like freaks me out. Like I hope to God that I never have a episode in the Stop and Go or anywhere else I go that has a lot of people there. I hope to God that never happens. I know if it does happen, it's out of my control and I shouldn't beat myself up over it, but it still makes me nervous. I hope that as long as I keep taking my medication on time every day, I hope that I never have another psychotic episode. That's my hope and prayer, that I never have to have another episode in public, because it's not fun. Like I had an episode a while back where I don't know exactly all that I was doing, but I remember I went into 7-Eleven. I was spouting some nonsense to the people in 7, and they were laughing at me. And the next day I went to the 7-Eleven. I was more cool and calm and collected, and I was more in my right mind. And just the looks that they gave me, because they remembered me from the night before, and the looks they gave me just made me feel ashamed of myself. And so that's why I'm just afraid of having an episode in public. I hope that never happens again. Anyway, so number 2 is getting myself hospitalized again, or getting myself walked away. Like that makes me scared too. Like I had all those of you who've been following me for some time now, y'all remember when I made the video talking about I should assassinate Donald Trump or whatever I was saying. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I was saying that. Well, the Secret Service came to visit me, and I was scared shitless. Like I really was. Excuse me, pardon my French. But I was scared out of my mind when the Secret Service came to visit me. I thought they were going to arrest me and take me away to Guantanamo Bay or something. Like, I was scared out of my mind. And they told me that if I ever have an episode like that again while I'm threatening the president, that they're going to, next time they come visit me, they're going to come with handcuffs. So I'm definitely that gives me even more incentive to take my medication and make sure I stay stable. Like, because I don't want to go to jail. Like, I really don't. I don't even want to go to a hospital jail. Like, so, yeah, that just scares me. Like, I don't want that to happen. I have goals for my life that I want to accomplish, and it just scares me, the thought of being hospitalized again. Going to a mental hospital is no cakewalk. It's not a walk in the park going to the mental hospital. So I don't want to go back to the mental hospital because it's not fun or exciting to go to the mental hospital. If anyone tells you that they had fun at the mental hospital, I don't know. I can't judge them, but like for me, I don't find it fun going to the mental hospital. Anyway, so The third one, number 3, is not being able to accomplish my goals. Like, yeah, I just mentioned my goal. But as those of you, some of you may know already, I have goals. My major goal is to eventually be able to start a Christian-based mental health outpatient clinic. Yes, I want to start a Christian-based mental health outpatient clinic to help other Christians who suffer with mental illness. They can see a Christian psychiatrist, a Christian therapist. And I just want that's what I want. I want to accomplish that. And my fear is that because of my mental illness and how fast it has already progressed, I'm afraid that if it gets worse, I might not be able to finish school and I might not be able to accomplish my goals. That's what I'm afraid of. Like it really scares me that I'm not it scares me that I'm not going to be able to accomplish my goals, especially because I'm married now and I want to be able to provide for my wife and I want to be able to take care of her. And if I can't accomplish my goals, it scares me that I might, I don't know, like, it just scares me that I won't be able to accomplish my goals. And that's why I want to get back into school as soon as possible. That way, the sooner I get back in school, the sooner I can get my degrees, and the sooner I can start my clinic. But it all happens in the Lord's timing. Hopefully, the Lord has it in His will that I start that clinic. That's what I'm praying for. And if you're a Christian and you're watching this, please pray that for me too. Alright. Number 4 is embarrassing my wife. Like, I don't want to embarrass her. Like, I know she's a tough woman. She doesn't get embarrassed easily. But I don't want to do something out in public that she's gonna have to later on explain to people. Like, I don't want to embarrass her. I love my wife and I want to do right by her. I'm scared that my episodes might cause me to embarrass her. And that's, like, I don't want to do that. Like, if I ever do that, it's not because I intentionally meant to do it, but I don't want us to be out in public somewhere and I have an episode where I don't know, being chased by ducks or something, and there's no ducks around, but they're chasing me. No one sees the ducks except me, and I'm running around the park looking like a buffoon, and people are staring at her like, what kind of man did you marry? Like, I don't want people to look at her like that. I've never been chased. I never had any hallucinations of being chased by ducks. That was just the first thing that popped up in my head. But like, I don't want to embarrass her like that. And I hope and pray to God that I never do embarrass her. Number 5 is never being able to have kids. And what I mean by that, I know I can have kids, but what I mean by that is never being able to be a father to my kids. Like, if I'm so out of my mind that I can't really take care of our kids and discipline them the way they need to be disciplined, or train them up in the ways of the Lord like I'm supposed to, like, I'm scared that I might not have that opportunity. Like, even if me and my wife do have kids in the Lord's timing, like, I'm scared that I might not have the mental capacity to be a father to my kids. And that scares me. My next, number 6, is losing my mind completely when I'm older. That scares me. That's always scared me. Like, I know that my mental illness has progressed a lot in the recent years, and I'm scared that my meds don't really help that much. I need to be put on some different medication, or at least have another medication that's stronger or something. I don't know exactly what I need, but all I know is that I notice my mental illness has progressed, and I'm afraid that it's going to continue to progress to a point where eventually when I'm older, I'm going to lose my mind completely. And kind of like my mom. My mom has lost her mind completely, and it scares me that I'm going to end up like that. And I don't want to end up like that, but if I just hope to God that I don't end up like that. Number 7 is denying the faith when I'm in an episode. I get worried that when I'm in an episode, I might have a time where I just, like, deny the faith, or like renounce my faith or whatever. I get scared that when I'm in a psychotic episode, I might do that. I mean, I don't believe that I'll lose my salvation per se, but I do think. I mean, I don't know. I just get scared that I'm going to deny the faith when I'm in an episode, and it worries me. I try not to worry about it too much, but it does bother me from time to time. Number 8 is losing my ability to think critically. And that's something that's big with me, because I fancy myself a critical thinker and someone who thinks logically and stuff, and I get worried that as my mental illness progresses, that I'll lose my ability to think critically and think logically, and I'll start like having all kinds of insane thoughts, and I'll lose my grip on reality. That really bothers me, and I hope it never happens. Number 9 is losing control of my emotions. That bothers me too, because I don't know, like, I'm usually, for those of you who may know me in person, you know that I'm usually in pretty good control of my emotions. That's thanks to my medication, but I am usually in pretty good control of my emotions. I'm pretty laid back and I'm pretty self-controlled. But I get worried that as my illness gets worse, that I'll start to lose control of my emotions, and I'll just go all haywire. And number 10, the number 10 thing that I fear the most is not being able to hold down a job very long. That bothers me a lot. That's probably the biggest thing that I'm scared about, because I want to be able to take care of my wife. I want to be able to provide for her. But it worries me that I won't be able to hold down a job very long. And that's why I hope I can open up my Christian-based mental health outpatient clinic. That way I work for myself, and I can create my own hours, and I can come and go as I please. And I think it would be very beneficial, not only for other Christians who suffer with mental illness, to have a center that they can go to where they can have their Christian beliefs validated, and they can see a psychiatrist that is also a Christian. Like, it'll be good for them, but it'll also be good for me, because I won't be working for the man. I'll be working for myself and be working for God, and I'll be able to like come and go as I please. I can make my own hours. I can pretty much like be in control of when I work and when I don't work. So that way, if I'm having if I'm in a depression state of mood, then I can just not come into work. Or if I'm manic, I can just not come into work. But like when I'm doing well, I can come into work and I can do what needs to be done. But that's the other reason why I want to start this clinic, because I don't know, I get really scared that some of you already know, I got a job recently. I just had a job interview today, and I'm going to start either Tuesday or Wednesday. And I'm going to have a class on Tuesday that I got to go to, and then on Wednesday I possibly will be starting my first day of work. And it makes me scared that I might not be able to hold that job down very long because of my mental illness. But I'm praying to God that He helps me keep my mental illness in check, so I could keep my job and I could provide for my wife and take care of her. So that's what I want. That's ultimately what I want as a Christian man. I want to be able to provide for my wife and to take care of her. Like, I know that's my responsibility, and I know that's what I gotta do as a Christian man. And I just don't want my mental illness to get between that, get in the middle of that. I don't want my mental illness to ruin that. But yeah, anyways, that's all top 10 things that I fear the most living with schizoaffective disorder. If you suffer with schizoaffective disorder, like, let me know what are some of your fears in the comment section below. Or if you have any kind of mental illness, let me know what some of your fears living with that mental illness are, and maybe we can start a dialogue. And if you don't suffer with mental illness, like, I hope this helps you better understand those of us who do suffer with mental illness, And I would like to hear what your guys' opinions are as well. So if you don't, even if you don't suffer mental illness, post your thoughts in the comment section below. And yeah, that's all I have to say. So have a good day. God bless you, and deuces.